Hey, what's up? This is Dan with Dan C Speaks, helping people reach higher. In this video, I'm interviewing Cesar Ramos of Cesar Nation. Look, you got to really follow this guy. You're going to love this interview. He's really being intentional about putting himself around entrepreneurs. He's providing all kinds of content on his social media channels. In fact, let me introduce you to him right now.
Hey guys, it's Cesar here with Cesar Nation, and I'm proud and happy to be on Dan C Speaks. He brought me on to help tell people and help show people how they can utilize my experiences and things that I've been through to get them through some stuff that they're going through maybe, right? I'm gonna talk about my history of how I grew up, going through some very difficult times, and how I use those experiences and the things that I went through to get myself to a level where I can do anything I set my mind to. And I'm gonna tell you exactly how you can do it, how you can utilize your situation to get higher, like Dan likes to say. I'm also gonna talk about some of the deep tragedies I've been through. Some of you may relate to it and some of you may not, but one thing you can do is learn from it and use it for your experience and tailor it to help you get to that next level. Look, if you wanna grow, if you wanna do big things, stay with Dan and keep listening, because we're gonna show you some tricks.
So here I am with Cesar Ramos from Cesar Nation. Hey man, thanks for coming on to the show, brother. I appreciate it. How you doing here today?
I'm excited. I'm excited to finally get to spend time with Dan and the beard. I mean, I've been looking forward to seeing this thing in person.
That's crazy, man. I've been following you for a long time already, man. With my eyes set on you, I said I got to get this guy on my channel somehow, some way. Thank you, man, for taking the time to do this, man. We're out in Leavenworth right now.
Yes, sir.
We're here with the wives. We're gonna have a good evening.
Yes,
yeah, man. It's gonna be a lot of fun.
It is, and I just want to give you thanks for letting me come on to the Dan C Speaks, because I'm a big fan of yours. Believe it or not,
Thank you.
I am a big fan of yours. And
appreciate that.
you know, and what I appreciate is you following me, which in turn I learned so much from you and your enthusiasm and your willingness just to help people and give of yourself.
Man.
So yeah, absolutely.
It's the way it works, man. We sharpen each other. Yeah,
absolutely.
You know what? We got a little brief description about you, but I know the viewers want to know a lot more about you. Fill us in.
Sure.
Let us know what you're about, how you got started.
Absolutely. Well, you know, first off, a little disclaimer. You know, I don't claim to be any all-know-it-all of anything. I am a run-of-the-mill person like anybody else, and I want to make that crystal clear, because I truly believe it's very important that we're all on the same playing field. First off, right?
Wow.
And so I've done a few things, and I love to give a few things back. So I'm going to take you back in time.
Take us back, Cesar. Take us back.
But I'll just summarize. So, you know, I'm originally born in Argentina. Moved out here at about the age of 7 or so to California, and I did not speak a lick of English whatsoever.
Wow.
And yeah, and I came in, and I have memories, recollections of a young man in school in Argentina. Must have been first grade, second grade, getting picked on at a young little age, even by then.
Okay.
And it's crazy how these memories are still there. When I came into third grade, no English, from that summer of 1977 in Diamond Bar, California.
That's old school, brother.
I remember this. Kids trying to teach me how to play football, and me not having a clue, and them making fun of me. I grew up like that for a very long time, feeling insecure, not feeling like I was worth anything. Kids making fun of me. And I have memories of 6th grade, me making a mistake with one of my words. I think as children we were given a word to make a sentence with. Mine was make a word or a sentence using Empire State Building.
Okay.
For me, still learning the language, I go on to tell a story about the Empire State Building.
Oh,
yeah, the
okay.
Empire State Building. And look, it's funny now, right? In 6th grade, to have an entire classroom of kids laugh at me, including the one person that should have been taking care of me, which was who? The teacher.
Exactly, the teacher.
To teach me something, and then, but instead she laughed. And to this day,
wow.
I remember her, Miss Reed.
Wow.
Still,
yeah.
You know, smirking with the kids. So these are the things that impacted my life and shaped me to become rebellious.
Okay.
To become angry. to want to force things, and I need to make things happen, and but also not having much guidance either. I don't want to speak ill will of anybody, but I didn't have the greatest influencers around me, right? So I just started doing my own things in the streets, running around, getting crazy, doing whatever I had to do. So anyways, move forward. I was able to get out of California, went on to join the military, get into law enforcement, get married, and start learning how to do things.
Wow. So, I mean, what makes you so passionate? You're a passionate guy. You're an entrepreneur. Where does that passion come from in your life for entrepreneurship?
Well, I'll be honest with you. There's two aspects of this. One is the entrepreneurship aspect is because I have finally found what I love, and I have finally found an approach or an avenue to really hone my skills, my natural born skills, that I can hone even more. And so to be able for the first time in my life to be actually doing something like we're doing right now, Dan, it is exciting as can be for me to be doing what I passionately like to do, which is talking to people, meeting people. I'm a people person like you are.
Absolutely.
And so there's this innate thing within me to finally have found my thing at 48 years old, where I spent a career in law enforcement.
It's not too late. It's never too late.
Never too late. I'll tell you that right now. It is never too late to pursue your dreams.
Listen up to that. Yes, that's so true.
Yes, absolutely.
So this passion for you started at a young age. It rolled out into what's your business experience? Where have you been in business?
Yeah, well, I don't have a whole depth in business. Like I said, I was first off, I was in the military. After doing 6 years in the military, I got into law enforcement. I was a border patrol agent. I was a federal air marshal. I jumped around and did a lot of things. And several years back, about 7 years ago, I started dabbling with friends in business ventures, different little things. Believe it or not, I mean, I even messed around with the whole, what do you call it?
Stock market or?
No. I'm going back old school. When I first even realized that I had an inclination to sell anything, multi-level marketing type stuff.
Oh, yeah. I've been there, done that.
Everybody's been there and done that. We've all been approached, right? And I gave it a shot, and actually I did pretty good with it. And this is when I started realizing I'm a people person.
Okay.
But the problem was I don't have the passion behind the product.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, that's huge.
It's absolutely huge. So the key is to not only have passion for what you're doing, but have passion for what you're talking about.
Wow.
Have passion for that. And that was the key. So I started exploring. I realized, okay, I love doing business stuff. I love creating things. You know what? My buddy owns a concrete business. Let me dive into the concrete world.
Okay.
You know what?
Exploring.
I can buy a concrete pump and start providing concrete pumping services. And I just started exploring different things.
This is getting really good.
It did. And I started seeing these ideas. You know what? There's a car for sale, and I can turn around and sell this car here, and kind of like you do, Dan, selling stuff.
Just getting out there.
I was just chasing, and if opportunity wasn't there the way I wanted to see it, I would chase something else.
Okay.
Until the one day that I landed into the world of real estate.
Wow. Okay. Tell us a little bit about that. I got some more questions for you.
Absolutely. So we all know real estate is one of the best industries to get into to make some really good money. It absolutely is, right?
Yes.
And so with that said, I thought to myself, my dad is a real estate broker. I know real estate agents. At that point in my life, I actually had a couple rental properties, not because I was trying to really be an investor per se, but because I bought a house and I realized I could rent it and get another one. And I even had a duplex, or excuse me, a condo that I had owned from when I was younger. So I thought to myself, you know what? Let me check out this real estate thing. But me being me, I said, hey, if I'm going to do this, I'm going to go all in. If I'm going to be a bear, I'm going to be a grizzly.
Take that.
I said, you know what? I'm doing this. So I dove right in. I started talking to anybody and everybody that had anything to do with the real estate that I can learn from.
Beautiful.
But the thing was for me to actually go and do it and get into it.
Wow.
Opened up a door. That door opened up another door. And before you know it, I was churning houses. I mean, I don't have a gazillion homes. I probably flipped upwards of into the 40 some odd houses. But we're talking millions and millions in real estate transactions.
Absolutely. I'm sure you can learn a whole bunch from each and every one of those transactions.
Oh, yes.
And through all of these experiences that you've had. I mean, tell our viewers, maybe give us one example of something that you've maybe, struggled with along the way and overcame it.
Absolutely.
Through maybe failure or lessons or trying something else. What's something something that you can maybe share with us where you've, struggled and overcame?
Sure, Dan. And you know what? I really appreciate you asking that, because most of the time the questions are about what I've done and how I've done it, rather than really what shaped me, which is a great question, because that's one of the most important things I believe.
Yeah.
For me, it had to be back. It all started. If I had to put it back on one point where things moved in a certain direction to make me the passionate man I am today, it was when I was going through a divorce.
Okay.
From the mother of my two oldest children. At that time, it was the end of the world for me.
I can
for the
imagine.
first time in my life, I realized I'm about to lose my kids. And up until that point, I didn't care about anybody but myself. So when that happened, I was going through devastation. It was one day I was out working out on the border. I was a border patrol agent at that time.
Yeah.
Where I suddenly had this overwhelming sensation to go to the station where we were at, and I still don't know why. I'll tell you here in a second.
Yeah.
But I go to the station and almost in a desperate mode. Went to the restroom, and I went to one of the urinals, and I stood there, and I think I was almost in tears because I just was overwhelmed. And wouldn't you know it, the local Jesus freak,
Yeah.
he walks in and he walks up next to the urinal next to him, and he says, "Brother Cesar, how are you?" And he stands at the urinal. I'm like,
Yeah.
and I'm standing at the urinal.
We're not supposed to make eye contact
Not at the
right
urinal,
now.
but I did, and I said, "I gotta talk to you." And he looked like me like I was crazy. Right?
Yeah,
And it hit me then. I was like, "It's time to change my life."
Wow.
The
wow.
Lord reached down on me and said, "This is the moment where your
That
life
is
changes."
crazy.
He pulled me in an office. My transformation started at that very day. I ended up divorced, and this is very important. A lot of people will go to God, will go to church, will go do whatever it is they need to do what? To fix the situation they're in.
Yes, come on.
But here's the key. It didn't fix the situation. It fixed me.
Oh, this is good.
I got divorced. I lost my kids, in essence. But guess who got saved?
Yeah.
I now reached a new level. My mind was transforming. Now, it didn't happen overnight. Unfortunately, it depends how you look at it, or fortunately, because my circumstances now, the ex-wife didn't see it that way.
Right.
This guy's never going to change. This is just whatever. He's just doing this for show. Internally, I knew what it was, right?
Oh, yeah.
I ended up moving to Seattle. Life goes on forward, and I end up meeting my wife, Nancy. We end up falling in love, getting married, and I'm reminded of the story of Job when I lost, Job lost everything, and the Lord restored him.
Yes,
and
that's good.
I got restored with a beautiful wife that loved me, and when we got married, started having kids. And my testimony up to that point, when I would encourage people, and that's, by the way, when some of my encouragement started coming out, is when I had found something within me that helped me overcome something.
You're an encourager. Okay,
right.
okay.
I was like, I can make it through this. I just went through one of the most painful things in my life, and I'm out, and I'm remarried, and I'm doing great now. Wow. Now I'm going to fast forward you a bit. Again, this is 2005. I'm having kids, and my wife and I were on to our third child. We had 2 kids. She was pregnant. In 2010, we, in the middle of the night, go to the hospital to go have our third baby. And little Elena, God bless her little soul, who I love, she was born on April 17th. Unfortunately, on April 18th, my wife passed away.
Oh, goodness. Wow.
And I remember, like yesterday,
wow.
when I realized, and I saw her there, something came within me and said, "You're going to be okay. You are going to succeed, and you are going to be something great. This does not define your life now of misery."
Wow.
And again, I went right back to Job. How many times did Job get hit?
Oh, yeah.
Do we recall that? He actually had gained everything, lost it again.
Right.
And that's when it came to me. Again, I was like, this is the story of Job. I lost it, gained it, lost it. What am I going to do now? Do I fall into misery and say, you know what, I quit? No, it was about getting up and getting going and doing something with this and running forward. And it impassioned me to just live a life of purpose.
Wow.
Is what it was. To be able to speak to people, to be able to give, and to chase whatever it is I'm chasing with unferocious tenacity. I mean, it was just but with ferocious tenacity. I should say, I love going after things hard because I know I can do it.
Wow, what an amazing testimony. You know, I couldn't even imagine what it'd be like to go through something like that. Look, and to see you overcome, I mean, that just speaks volumes. You know, if you could go back, would you change anything? How would you do things differently, or would you change anything at all?
Well, I'll be honest with you. I mean, look, we all can go back in time. We changed from a young age to start listening to our parents and, you know, and start doing the things that we're supposed to do from a young age, right?
Yeah.
Well, I don't think, but realistically, look, I learned from all these mistakes, and I don't know if I could say that I would go back and change anything. Now, in regards to my business side of things and who I am as a person, I would absolutely have gone back in time to do what I was passionate about, which is talking,
yes,
motivating, you know, being in the environment that I like. I ended up in a life of law enforcement, which was not me. It was just not me. I am the type of person that likes to push the envelope, who likes to go after things and do things. And a lot of people are not comfortable with that. You know, they're not comfortable with that.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so I like to go after it. And so had I have gone after this, Dan, at the early age of, say, 17, let me tell you something. My dad and I had a big, rough relationship. But my dad was wise. He came from Argentina, same as me, except at a much older age, and was able to do things. My dad's got a big, beautiful house with a pool, and all from nothing.
Yeah.
My dad, at the age of 17, I was still in high school, put me in real estate class.
Really?
And what he saw in me was, hey, do a real estate young,
right?
Learn real estate. There's a huge market. What did I do? I didn't do anything.
Right.
I didn't do anything. You know, what do I know? What did my dad know? Now, go back in time, I would have sucked up all that knowledge, and right now I would probably next to, you know, I don't want to promote Donald Trump or anybody, you know, I'll be up there next to the big dogs. Absolutely.
Yeah. So, fill us in here. You know, give us one of your unique skill sets that has helped you along the way to overcome in your life. What's something that, you know, what's your superpower, so to speak?
Ooh, I love that. Look, man, I've learned to look at scars.
Ooh.
I love to look at scars, my own personal scars. And I have a scar right here, Dan.
I see that.
And this was in Argentina. I was a little guy, real little guy. And we were out back playing in some field, and there was a bonfire going. There was sticks and some stuff in there. I picked up a plastic bottle with a stick.
Yes.
And the plastic dripped onto my hand, right?
Okay.
And when that plastic hit my hand, I freaked out. And as a little kid, you know, you think you're dying, right?
Yeah.
Now, I look at this now, and I realize, you know, this is just a scar. And there's absolutely no pain associated with the scar, but there are memories associated with what I learned, right?
Right.
And so I now look at every situation in my life, regardless of what it is, as a scar that's going to help me grow, a scar that's going to help me learn, and a scar that's going to remind me of things. And
Absolutely.
so every aspect, everything we do in life has a purpose. And it's one of the things I talk about a lot on my channels.
That's beautiful.
Is that look everything around you and get a lesson from it. Learn from your environments. Learn from everything around you. And I guess that's my superpower, is to really just this power and knowledge, you know, or I guess it's desire for knowledge, you know.
Yes, that is huge.
And that, I guess I'd have to be to really go after it.
Yeah. If you could share with us maybe a resource or somebody that you have looked up or followed, or that has helped you through the journey, whatever it be, a podcast, a book, a certain leader, who would that be? What would it be that you could share with us that we could go home today and start, you know, plugging into and growing and learning from?
I'm gonna tell you. I'll be again just straight up with you. I started when I dove into real estate investing. I went all in, head first, and I said, if I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it right, and I'm just gonna start learning, sucking in. I risked it all. I'm onto a new business venture now. I just got my new office.
That's right.
And I'm risking it all again. But you know, is there fear? Yeah, there's fear, right? You know, we never know. But
absolutely,
if I don't go for it, nothing. That's guaranteed.
Yeah.
You can guarantee that, right?
Exactly.
So I'm gonna go for it. Now, it wasn't until I met my wife Trisha, and this is where it's huge to have the support around you. I give so much credit to my wife for always supporting me, always there to encourage me, always there to push me, because things don't always go great. And in the past, when things didn't go great, I still had a tendency to feel angry or just, you know, really just clinch things down.
Yes.
And I would have to go after things really hard, but it was more difficult. But to have somebody as a support
Wow.
that understands you as a person,
Wow.
where you can speak openly to, you know, without any fear of being judged or ridiculed.
Exactly, yes.
That is what has now taken me to another level, because I've learned how to be able to communicate with people, how to respect other people, how to actually actively listen to people, and that has actually escalated me another notch. I hope that resonates
Yes,
with you guys.
yes.
That we need people around us to sometimes keep us grounded and to allow us to be ourselves, while at the same time criticizing us in a method that allows us to grow.
Absolutely, absolutely. I
Yeah.
see where you're going. I love it. I love it. What's some maybe parting advice that you could, give to our viewers? I mean, what would you tell your younger self now?
Yeah.
Something, a nugget that really could guide them, help them to reach higher in their lives.
And that's a tough one, because we're at a young age. We know scientifically that young boys, that frontal cortex doesn't develop, I think, into the mid-20s, where
Right.
we really start seeing the cause and effect of things, right? So a lot of these, young people will do certain things without realizing the consequences of what's going to happen, right?
Right.
And so how do we teach young people about this? And I think it's about an encouragement and asking them to really trust in what you're saying, although it makes no sense to them. And so first off, whenever you speak to somebody, you need to speak to them through the filter of their mind.
Ooh.
Because you are filtering it through your mind, right? And so you got to remember this: when we speak something, it goes into your mind. You process it through the filters of your life. And I just told you about some of my filters, right? And so if I filtered it through the angers and the ridicules of my life, and my dad coming home drunk, and or this and that or whatever, when I tell you something, it's going to come off as me criticizing you, the same thing, right? So I got to stop what I'm doing and realize who you are as a person, and start communicating something to you in a method that you're going to receive it, right?
Wow.
So that would be the way I would approach my past self. And then it would be, Cesar, look, what do you like to do? I like talking to everybody, because I was a young man. I was probably the loudest kid. What's the other thing? I had the ability to gather up all my friends, get them to my house, and say, hey guys, look, I got a car. I was the first one with a car, right? And since I had the car, everybody wanted to go skateboarding, right? Let's go to the Pipeline skate park, go skate. Let's do it, guys. Come on over. And look, this may seem like manipulation to many, but it's creative mind thinking at the age of 16, 17, right?
Yeah.
Look, it's like, okay, I got everybody here. Look, guys, we can't take off and go, because my old man said I got to mow the lawn, I got to do the weed eating, and I got to trim all the trees. Guess what happened, Dan?
You got them to help you.
My crew was out there. We were mowing lawns and cutting the trees, and within an hour, chores are done. We're in the car. We're out skateboarding.
Wow.
So I would tell myself, Cesar, you have this innate ability to lead people. And I would build that up in myself, because nobody built it up in me.
Wow.
Nobody, as a young man, said, Cesar, you're an amazing young leader. It was more of a you're a loser, basically. Somebody had told me that you were an amazing leader, Cesar. You're an amazing leader. Hone that. Work on it. Chase it. Use it. And have somebody to help me.
Yes.
I'd be on a whole different level right now.
Yes, that is huge. Hone your skills, find where you're good, what you're talented at, and run with it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, man, Cesar, I've really enjoyed having you here.
Yeah.
But we're actually not done. We're going into the bonus round.
Okay.
All right, Cesar, check it out. I'm going to ask you some questions. You answer them as fast as possible. Let's have some fun with this.
I'm going to try.
Texting or talking?
Talking.
Favorite day of the week?
Friday.
Favorite city besides the one you live in?
I'd have to say, well, you got me there. I'm going to have to say probably Honolulu.
Honolulu. Nickname your parents used to call you?
Cesarin.
Would you rather be able to speak every language in the world or speak to animals?
Wow, I think I'd like to speak to speak any language, every language.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
me too. Favorite holiday?
Oh, I'd have to say Christmas.
Nice, love it. How long does it take you to get ready?
I'm about a 45-minute ready guy.
Scale of 1 to 10. How good of a driver are you?
Oh, I'm a 12, brother.
Nice. Fill in the blank. Taylor Swift is?
a good singer.
There you go.
Is that good?
Yeah, good enough. At what age do you want to retire?
I'm not gonna retire.
I love that. Yeah, I'm right behind you. Invisibility or super strength?
Woo! It's gotta go with invisibility, brother.
All right. Is it wrong for a vegetarian to eat animal crackers?
Wow. No.
Absolutely not, right?
No.
What was the last song, podcast, or YouTube video you heard or saw?
I was watching Gary Vee on the way in, and he was speaking in regards to execution.
Wow, love it, love it. Man, this interview's been a lot of fun. You know, tell our viewers where they can find you, where they can follow you, where they can get connected with you.
Absolutely. Look, I'm revamping the website and our YouTube. So as of right now, I'm mainly pumping out content on Facebook, and it's at Cesar Nation on Facebook. I got content on Instagram, Cesar Nation, and I'm also on Twitter at Cesar Nation. The website is coming, CesarNation.com, and also the YouTube channel is Cesar Nation.
Absolutely, Cesar Nation across the board. Check him out. Go to his page, give him a like, follow it, and believe me, you will find value in what he puts out. Hey guys, I want to thank you guys for watching. If you're new to this channel, please consider subscribing. Until next time, I love you and reach higher.